Hello and welcome to another session of Rumbo al Inglés. I am your teacher, Daniel Pulaski, and as always, my loyal companion, Guadalupe.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
Very good. Today, we are going to do two things. The first is when we talk about the future. So, I will do this when you give me money. So I will do something when you do. You do. It's in the present. Okay? Now this is a mistake that many people make. They'll say, I will do this when you will do that. Okay? Now you cannot say that. I will be happy when my sister gets married. I do not say I will be happy when my sister will get married. It's a terrible mistake that we need to eliminate from our English. Guadalupe, are you ready to have some fun?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Te llamaré cuando llegue.
I will call you when I arrive.
Good. I'll call you when I arrive. Now, we have one word here, arrive. I'll call you when I arrive. Notice my pronunciation, arrive. It's a V. And look at my teeth. They are on my lower lip. Okay? Arrive. We do not say arrive. I'm going to make an emphasis on this every class. Why, you might ask? Because if you change a B to a V or a V to a B, it changes the whole meaning of the word. For example, tell me, yo soy el mejor, o lo mejor.
You are the best.
You are the best. You are the best. Now, what happens if you told me you are the vest? You'd be saying to me, Guadalupe would be saying to me, tú eres el chaleco. Now, do we want to say chaleco or do we want to say lo mejor? Okay? So it's very important to pronounce our V's and our B's. Okay? So, I'll call you when I arrive. Another way of saying that is I'll call you when I get there. Okay? To get somewhere is to arrive. Okay? Arrive is general. I'll call you when I arrive. We don't know where, but you are going to llegar en general. You're going to arrive in a general area. When we say to get to, okay? So I'll call you when I get to work. That's different. Because now we're talking about something where we know where someone's arriving. They are arriving at work. So instead of saying when I arrive to work or I arrive at work, it sounds a lot more fluid if we say, I'll call you when I arrive, I'll call you when I get to work. Okay, get to work. Good. Okay. Will you call me when you get to work tomorrow?
I'll call you when I get to work tomorrow.
Good. I'll call you. I'll. I and will together. It's a contraction. I'll. Okay? Now, how do you say you and will together?
You'll.
You'll. Good. You'll. Okay? And he and will together.
He'll.
He'll. Good. And she and will together.
She'll.
She'll. It's very tricky. She'll. Okay? And we will together.
Will.
Will. Almost like will. Almost like will. Okay? And how about you, plural, and will together?
You plural?
Yeah.
Like
You'll.
you'll.
Right. Same thing as the singular, right? You'll and
Okay,
you'll.
yeah.
Sorry. And they will, contraction.
They'll.
They'll. Okay? So we have I'll, you'll, he'll, she'll, it'll. Okay? It'll hurt when you get an operation. Okay? We don't say it'll hurt when you will get an operation. We say it'll hurt when you get an operation. Now, it'll. I don't say it'll. It'll. I almost swallow the L. It'll. Okay?
It'll.
So, when you arrive tomorrow, you'll call me. When you get to work tomorrow,
I'll call you.
you'll call me. Okay? Two different things.
Okay.
Okay? Good. Ella te lo dirá cuando lo sepa.
She'll tell you when she knows.
Good. She'll tell you when she knows. Okay, once again, the difference between say and tell. She'll tell you. Okay, so you're saying something to someone. Okay, she'll tell you. Now, if it's just general, she'll say it, or she'll say when she knows. She'll say it when she knows. This is not to anyone specifically. Okay? Good. Lo haré cuando me pagues.
I'll do it when you pay me.
Good. I'll do it when you pay me. Okay? Pagar is to pay. To pay. I'll do it when you pay me. Good. Te darán cuenta cuando lleguen ahí.
They'll realize
Good.
when they get there.
When they get there. Good. They'll realize when they get there. Very good. Okay. Moving on. When we say cuando llueva buscaremos caracoles.
When it rains,
Good.
we'll look for, I don't know how to say caracoles.
Snails.
Snails.
Okay. When it rains, we'll look for snails. So snails come out when there's a lot of humidity, when there's a lot of moisture. Okay? Moisture and humidity in the air. After it rains, snails come out. Okay? Now, why would you go looking for snails? I don't understand.
I don't do either.
Okay. I don't either.
I don't either.
I don't either. Okay. Maybe you want a little pet. Una mascota. A pet. Right? Maybe you want a pet. Okay, I don't know. A pet snail? Not the cutest pet, right?
But it's a pet.
But you know it can't run away. Right? It can't run away. It will stay with you. Okay? Good. So we have caracoles. Now, I think there's a country to the north of Spain. What country might that be? To the north, directly north of Spain?
France,
France. Now in France, what do they do with snails?
they eat them.
They eat them. And it is a delicacy. Okay?
Yes.
It's called, what is it called?
Delicatessen.
It's called a delicacy, and in French it's called
Escargot.
escargot. Very good. Okay? So we eat snails in France. Can you find places in Spain to eat snails?
I think so, but I don't know where.
I think probably in the north.
Maybe, yes.
Yeah, they have a little bit more of a different cuisine, a little bit, I think more universal. I don't know. They have different influences, no?
Yes.
Cuando él venga, iremos al Guggenheim.
When he comes, we'll go to the Guggenheim.
Good. When my parents came to Spain 3 years ago, to visit me, we went to the Guggenheim. And we went to the Guggenheim in Bilbao. Have you ever been to the Guggenheim in Bilbao?
Yes, I've been.
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
Okay, good. Now, I want to make a very, very, very clear point. We don't ask, do you know the Guggenheim? We say, have you been to the Guggenheim? Okay? And when we ask about countries, for example, have you ever been to the United States?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have. Have you ever been to the United States? Have you ever been to Morocco?
Yes, I have.
Good. Have you ever been to Mexico?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever been to China?
No, I haven't.
Good. Okay, one country that Guadalupe has not been to. Okay,
There's a lot of countries.
I'm sure. Okay, so we're never going to say, do you know Canada? Like it's a person? No. Canada's not a person, it's a place. So you're going to ask if they've been to that place. Okay? Have you ever been to Canada? I have. I've been to Montreal. Okay? Have you ever been to Canada?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Have you ever been to New York City?
Yes, I have.
Good. Now, New York City. It's very close to where I live. I grew up in New Jersey, which is a state. It is not part of New York. It's a state, okay? And in that state, it's about 45 minutes from where I lived. You could get to New York in 45 minutes. Ask me how I would get to New York.
How would you get to New York?
I would get to New York by train. Okay? Now the train system is not as sophisticated as here in Spain. The train system in Spain is marvelous.
You think so?
I think so. I think the Cercanías and the AVE and the Metro, they communicate, you're able to move a lot easier than in the United States. Where I live, there's only one train, and it's about 5 times as expensive.
Oof.
Okay? It's a bit different. Okay, have you ever been to the Guggenheim?
Yes, I've been. Yes, I have.
Good, yes I
I'm
have.
sorry.
Have you ever been to the Guggenheim in New York City?
Yes, I have.
Good. And who designed the Guggenheim?
Gehry, Frank Gehry.
Frank Gehry, good. And Frank Gehry recently built, the past of built a new building in Spain. Do you know where that new building was? Or is?
Oh, no.
It's in the Rioja region.
Oh, yes, it's una bodega,
It's
right?
a bodega, right. Okay, it's a winery. It's a winery. And do you know what winery it is?
I don't remember.
I believe the winery is Marqués de Riscal. Okay, I believe. And I've heard it is to die for. There's a little expression, to die for. Okay, something that is unbelievable, that you would actually die to experience it. Okay, good. Now, cuando te enamores, lo sabrás.
When you fell in love, you'll know.
When you,
fall in love,
good,
you'll know it.
good. When you fall in love, you'll know.
You'll know.
Okay, we don't have to include the it there. When you fall in love, you'll know. Okay? When you fall in love, you'll know. Now, did you know when you fell in love?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. Okay, ask me if I knew when I fell in love.
Did you know when you fell in love?
Good. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Good. Cuando él gane dinero, te lo devolverá.
When he earns money,
When he earns some money,
when he earns some money, he'll pay back you.
he'll pay you.
He'll pay you back.
He'll pay you back. Good. Now, devolver, usually, how do you translate devolver? To return.
To return,
Okay?
yes.
So, can you, or to give back.
Okay.
So, to give back is devolver. For example, if I let you borrow my pencil, and I ask you, can you please give it back to me? Okay? So, I would like you to return the pencil to me, to give it back. When we talk about money, it's different. When we talk about money, it's to pay back. Okay? To pay back. So, if I let my friend borrow 50 euros, and I want him to return the money to me, I will say, can you pay me back, please? Not, can you give me back my money, or can you return my money? We'll say, can you pay me back? Okay? Or, you need to pay me back those 50 euros that you borrowed. Okay? And I'll remember, so you better pay me back, okay? Good. Cuando vayas a la universidad, tendrás que estudiar mucho.
When you go to the university, you'll have to study very hard.
Good. You'll have to study very hard. Okay? Instead of saying you'll have to study very much, okay, like it says here, tendrás que estudiar mucho, we're going to say you have to study very hard. We study hard. Okay? We also study a lot, but we study hard. Okay? When I went to the university, I have the privilege of graduating from Georgetown University. Do you know where Georgetown University is?
Yes, it's in Washington, D.C.?
Yes, it is in Washington, D.C. And it's a very, very great place to learn. I had an amazing time. Okay? Ask me who I met at Georgetown University.
Who did you meet at Georgetown University?
Okay. I met two very prominent Spaniards. Ask me who the first prominent Spaniard was.
Who was the first prominent Spanish you meet? Spaniard you met in Georgetown?
Good. The first prominent Spaniard that I met was the Prince of Spain, Felipe. Because Felipe went to Georgetown University. And he said it was one of the best times of his life. Do you know why? Because nobody recognized him. So he could live more or less a normal life. Okay?
But you recognized him.
I recognized him because we had a breakfast for the Spanish students. Okay? My mother is Gallega and my father is from New York, so I'm mixed. Okay? And he was able to come, he visits Georgetown, and I was able to meet him over breakfast. It was very, very nice. Very, very pleasant time. Okay, and the second prominent Spaniard that I met at Georgetown, who was it?
Who was the second prominent Spaniard you met at Georgetown?
Good. I met the former president of Spain, Aznar. Actually, that's a lie. I didn't meet him. I saw him give a big speech at Georgetown. And later, after finishing his presidency here in Spain, he went back to Georgetown and was a guest lecturer. He gave talks for, I think it was a European Union policy.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to see two prominent Spaniards at Georgetown.
Very prominent.
Very prominent, right? Good. Okay, now, cuando seas mayor, serás muy alto.
When you are older, you'll be taller. You'll be very high.
You'll be very
tall.
Tall. Good. Repeat.
Okay. When you are older, you'll be very tall.
Good. When you're older, you'll be very tall. Okay. I am older, and I am very tall. You know that it's funny because in the United States we use feet and inches. Okay. So if somebody were to ask me, "How tall are you?" ¿Cuánto mides? Okay. How tall are you? I would have to say I'm 6 feet 3 inches. What does that mean? What does that mean? 6 feet 3 inches. You have to calculate inches to meters. Okay? So I'm about, more or less, I've done the calculation, I'm about 1 meter 92 centimeters, 1 meter 93 centimeters. How tall are you?
I'm not so tall.
Okay.
I'm about 1 meter and 65 centimeters.
Good. Okay, 1 meter 65. Good. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask questions, okay? And when we ask a question, we're going to put will before, okay? We're going to switch it, okay? For example, will you let me know when you arrive? Will you? So we're going to put the will, then the subject. Will you let me know when? When is in the middle of the sentence. Now, we don't say when you will arrive. Will you let me know when you arrive? Once again, arrive with the V, okay? Will you let me know when you get to work?
I'll let you know when I get to work.
Okay. Now, a short answer?
I will.
Yes, I will. Okay, yes, I will. Good. ¿Me avisará cuando llegues?
Will you call me when you arrive?
Very good. Will you call me when you arrive? ¿Ella se jubilará cuando tenga 60 años?
Will she return when Will she retire when she's 60?
Good. Now, did we say, good, 60 años, good.
60 years.
60 years old. Okay? So, we have two ways of saying it. We can say, will she retire when she's 60? Perfect. Or we can say, will she retire when she's 60 years old? We cannot say, will she retire when she's 60 years? Incorrect. Incorrect. Many students of mine make that mistake. Okay? We need to use the number 60 or 60 years old. Okay? What is the retiring age or the retirement age here in Spain?
It's 60 years old.
Okay. Here in Spain.
65, excuse me.
Here in Spain, the retirement age is 65. Similar, the same as the United States. 65 years old. Okay. I have a long, hard road to go. Okay. A long, hard road is like mi camino. Okay. I've got a long way to go. A long way. Very long. Okay. Good. ¿Te mudarás a una casa más grande cuando nazca tu hijo?
I hope so.
Okay.
Will you move out to a bigger house?
Will you move to?
Will you move to a bigger house? Will you move to or will you move to out?
Will you move
to a bigger house when your baby is born?
Good. When your baby is born, okay, when your child is born. Now, mudarse is to move. This is a little bit difficult because we don't say move and close the V. We actually say almost like M-U-V-A, move, move. But it's a very small A at the end, okay, move. So, will you move? And now it's my turn to ask you. Will you move when your child is born?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I won't.
Okay. Would you like to move?
I'd love to.
I'd love to. Good. Okay. Now, we're going to start something with numbers. Numbers are always tricky. Numbers are always tricky. Why? Because we think that we are excellent. We think that we know it all. We think that we know numbers. But the problem is, some numbers are very tricky. Okay? So, please pay attention to the pronunciation. because there is a big difference between 14 and 40. And if I start speaking quickly, you'll see that numbers aren't as easy as you think. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that it's a certain time.
Okay.
And I'm going to say the time one way, and I want you to give me the other way of saying it. Okay? We have a digital way of saying time and an analog way. Okay? If it's 3:15, it's either 3:15 or a quarter past 3. Okay? Many people say that there's a British way and an American way. Okay? I tend to say the hour and the minutes. 3:15, 3:25, 3:45. Okay? But there's a different way, and I think it could be more British influenced. Is quarter past 3. Okay? Half past 3. 25 minutes past 3. Okay? So we're going to practice that.
Okay.
Okay? Good. It's 3:17.
3:17?
Mm-hmm. It's 17 minutes past 3.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
Good. It's 17 minutes past 3. Okay, it's 8:40.
It's 20 minutes to 9.
Good. It's 20 to 9. Good. It's 11:55.
It's 5 minutes to 12.
Good. It's 11:55, 5 minutes to 12. Good. It's 9:05, and I'm going to come back to this.
It's 5 past 9.
Good. Now, when we use numbers, there are 3 different ways where we're going to use O for a number. In telephone numbers, if my phone number is 609-752-436, okay, we will use O or 0. It's okay. We can use both. We can use O or 0. That's one. The second is with age. Okay, I'm sorry, with years. For example, 1905. 1905. We don't say 1905. We don't say 1905. We say 1905. Okay? So, what year was it 100 years ago?
It was 100 years ago, it was 1990.
No, 100 years ago was 1907. 1907.
Yes, you're right.
Okay? Good. So how about 200 years ago?
1807.
Good. It was 1807. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And 1,000 years ago?
It was the year 7.
1,000 years ago.
Yes. It was 807.
Okay. 1,000 years ago was 1,007. 1,007. Okay. I won't ask you any more mathematics. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. It's 10:30.
It's 10:30.
Good. It's 10:10.
It's 10 past 10.
It's 10 past 10. It's 4:35.
It's 25. Excuse me, 4:25.
4:35.
Okay, it's 25 to 5.
To 5. Good. It's 7:19.
It's 19 past 7.
Good. Okay. And right now, it's 2:40.
It's 20 to 3.
It's 20 to 3. Very good. It's 1 on the dot.
It's 1 o'clock?
It's 1 o'clock. Okay. So we will use on the dot when we're talking about a clock. So it's 6 on the dot, it's 6 o'clock. Okay. Now, let's say it's 12 o'clock at night. So it's arriving to the night, right? And we have 12 o'clock. How would we say that? What's another way of saying that?
It's midnight?
It's midnight. Okay? So 12 o'clock a.m., because the clock changes from p.m. to a.m. at night, it will be 12 midnight, right? And what about when it changes from a.m. to p.m., when it's 12 o'clock in the daytime?
It's noon.
It's noon. Good. Okay? It's noon. Now, we're going to have to practice that pronunciation. Noon. N-O-O-N. Noon. Okay? Good. Now, what's another way of saying noon? Mediodía.
Mediodía.
It's midday.
Midday.
It's midday. Okay? So it's noon, or it's midday. It's midnight. Okay? Good. Okay. And it's 6:25.
25 past 6.
It's 25 past 6. Very good. Okay, Guadalupe, thank you very much for coming once again.
Thanks to you.
Okay. And all of you, please remember, numbers are not as easy as they look. Please make sure you practice, okay? And I will see you soon. Thank you.